Greetings, fellow Watford fans. Omar here, and it's time for the Orns midweek focus on Watford versus Swansea, the game that we played on Wednesday, October the 5th, 2022. The Slaven Bilic era is underway at Watford, and it will be Slaven Bilic's first home match as Watford head coach after that storming win at Stoke City on Sunday, 4 goals to 0 to start the era of Bilic off right. And Watford looked very confident in that game. And if they can bring that same level of confidence, determination, aggressiveness, and forward thinking football, they will be in good stead against a Swansea side who haven't been bad themselves, particularly away from home. They last played very well away from home just a week or two ago against West Bromwich Albion when they had a late goal from Michael Obafemi, who is a definite threat as an attacking player. Against West Brom, he scored late on, and Watford will have to be careful of him tomorrow in the game. Now, Watford likely to be unchanged in this game from the team that defeated Stoke so handily at the Bet 365 on Sunday, and no injury woes for the game from the game of Sunday. But there's not anybody, as far as I can tell, who is likely to be back. João Pedro may be held out of this game, or he may be on the bench, not likely to start. He still has a calf issue. And Slaven Bilic said in his press conference that there are no new injury concerns, which is a very good thing for Watford. You probably don't want to change the side anyway at this point, not after such a good performance on Sunday. You want to keep that momentum going. So I expect the starting 11 for Watford to be exactly the same as it was on Sunday at Stoke. And we will see how that goes. Now, there are two players for Swansea who will not be around. One of them is Jamie Cullen, and he is someone who is a pretty darn good player. And his counterpart also, whose name I now have temporarily forgotten, which is unreal, but I have now forgotten his name. He also is not going to be available. But Joe Allen will be. Joe Allen is expected to be, I should say. Joe Allen's the veteran player who used to play for Stoke and previously played for Swansea when he was a lot younger than he is now. The Welsh veteran player who has 72, I believe it is, caps for his country, back home where he belongs at Swansea City, an influential midfielder. So I expect him to do a lot of good things for Swansea. Watford will have to be aware of that. It'll be interesting to see if the formation stays the same. I suppose it would under Bilic, and he plays a 4-2-3-1. So he has the two holding midfielders. And what he ends up having in front of that back four is part of the apex of that, which is the middle of the three that sit behind the lone striker, Keenan Davis. And the apex of that is likely to be Aspria. Although you never know, he may choose to start Loser instead of Aspria. We'll see what happens with that. He may start Loser instead, but I expect Bilic will put Aspria in the game to start and then bring Loser on the pitch later on. It just depends on how it goes. But you will have, whether it's Loser or whether it's Aspria, you'll have one of those two playing in an advanced midfield position while the two sit back and hold, where that's Kayembe, that would be Kayembe, and that would be Chowdhury. And that will be how it looks. And then the three up front, the two that flank the top of that triangle would be Sema on one side and on the other side Sar. And then you'd have Davis, the lone striker, up top. So it's a 4-2-3-1. And of course, in your back four, you'll have the same back four for Watford. Most likely, you're going to have Hassan Kamara, who was the man of the match on Sunday. And then you will have on the other side, on the far side, on the other side of the pitch, you would have Gaspar starting. And then the middle two, your two center backs would be both, unless Cathcart comes back in, but I expect that you probably have Cavaselli and Sierralta as your middle two in that center back pairing. They had a good understanding on Sunday, and I expect that that will continue on. Stoke was a team that were poor. There's no question about it. But I expect Swansea to be a lot better than Stoke were. So Watford will have to be careful here, and they'll have to just do the same kinds of things that they did in the game against Stoke. Come out with the energy, come out with the confidence, come out with the belief, and move the ball as quickly as you can. You're at home. You've got to be hungry. You've got to have tenacity, and you've got to put a team like Swansea to bed early. If you can score a couple of quick goals in this game, say the first 20 minutes or so of the game, and you will be on your way. Watford have a lot of potential and they showed it against Stoke the other day. They should have had 2 or 3 goals in that first half. And while Swansea, I think, will play a lot better than Stoke will, I do think that Watford have to keep using the tendencies that they showed in the Stoke game and ride that momentum to continue moving forward and moving up the table. It is 8th against 12th at the Vic on Wednesday. I think that Watford will take care of business and take 3 points from this game against Swansea. A Watford win against Swansea tomorrow. This has been the Orns Midweek Focus.